Council said that the numbers became a moving target. Now, in fact, they were behaving not more like a moving target, but like a group of naughty children in a nursery school running around the yard. It is impossible to get a hold of the number that was used either for the 50+1 or for the tallying or for the verification, which, as you have heard, was changed 3 times. Now, you asked, I think, of the petitioners, how did we get to this place? Like every slow train crash, a train crash in slow motion, those of us who lived through the repressive days that led to the Constitution of 2010 will tell you that it did not happen one day. My good friend Mr. Morogo has told you that the Gazette notice by which the chairman appointed himself as the presidential returning officer. And we need to note, because the defense put here yesterday by the commission, was that he appointed himself on the basis of your judgment in 2017, where in passing, you said that there is a national returning officer. Now this year, he has upgraded. He upgraded himself to presidential returning officer. Now you've been told that Gazette notice means nothing. And I think yesterday you were told we ought to be grateful to him because he had the good grace to publish in the Gazette his unconstitutional appointment. Now, whether you publish misconduct in the Kenya Gazette or you publish an offense does not imbue you with some sort of value or does not imbue that process with some good grace or quality if the Constitution does not permit that office to exist or does not permit him to conduct himself in the way he did. A Gazette notice does not improve it. But perhaps more importantly, if it meant nothing, why publish it in the first place? If it meant nothing, why publish it at all if it meant nothing? But the point I wish to make is this. Complaints were raised. I think I've seen letters written by the party that nominated the first petitioner. There were newspaper articles complaining, Gazette notices, newspaper notices complaining that ballots had come without commissioners being told, but you'll get to hear that a bit more. There were complaints made by civil society. But as happened with Kenya, when we ended up in the position we ended up before the 2010 Constitution, we keep pushing these things away to the back of our mind. And people go to campaign, the rest of us go on with our lives, and he publishes a new Gazette. I am now the presidential returning officer. He goes on ahead and does other things, allocates duties. You go look after flowers, you go be an usher. These are slowly and then progressively, we end up with what was this morning called an imperial chairman of the commission. And so this is how we ended up at this unhappy day, where 4 commissioners say that we cannot stand by these reasons because we were not involved in everything that was done with them. But apart from that, and apart from those obvious misdemeanors and indiscretions that have been pointed out here this morning and the day before yesterday, in our petition, we've raised the fact that even other statutory requirements, the KPMG audit report, for example, was only published on the 5th of August, 4 days to the election. And parties kept asking for this report. Why is the report? And we'd all be told, again, in that most Kenyan fashion, Tunashughulikia Hiyo Maneno. So you go back and campaign, go do your things, and you wait. And on the 3 days before the election, it is dumped on the